Hello and welcome to another ROUTEMASTER installment. It's the Agora Models ROUTEMASTER installment, Pack 1, Stage 2. And so we've got my lovely wife here today. She's going to read out some instructions. And if you're wondering why she's reading out the instructions, it's simply because we have done this ROUTEMASTER before in the past. When it came out with Hachette, and we've managed to keep all the books and everything that came with it. So we've got all the instructions that's necessary. And I'm not wholly technically savvy, so I can't put things on screen like I'd like to, but who knows? We've got a year to go with this build, and I'm learning every day. So hopefully something will come along that way where I can learn and start putting instructions on the screen and showing you a bit more bits and pieces of the build as we go along. So yeah, then what was I going to say? I was going to say I'm going to move my camera so we can see the bits for this build. And come on, camera. It's acting a bit slow today. Is my webcam and what have you? But there we go. So there we are. So right, Christine. So what parts have we got today then?
You've got two offside headlamp panel.
So the offside headlamp panel would be this one. Yeah.
2B headlamp lens times 2.
Headlamp lenses times 2. Yeah, we have. We've got two headlamp lenses. There's one of them. Okay, and I'll get the other one out. Okay, so there's the second one.
2C is headlamp inner rim times 2.
Okay, so headlamp inner rim times 2.
Yeah.
So would that be these silver ones there? 1 and 2. The headlamp inner rims.
Yeah. 2D is the near side headlamp reflector.
The near side headlamp reflector. So that would be one of these two, wouldn't it? So has it got 2 lugs on it or 3 lugs on it? Can you see? So it would be. Oh, it's got 3 lugs. Yeah, so it'll be that one. Okay, so that's the. Did you say the near side or the off side?
The offside.
The off side. Okay. Next.
Have we done the near side? Yeah. No.
No.
Near side.
The near side one as well. Okay.
2F headlamp outer rim times 2.
Headlamp outer rim times 2, and these are exactly the same, aren't they?
Yeah. Offside grill washer.
Offside grill washer. Would that be one of them black plastic
2G.
ones?
Yes.
A little black plastic one. Offside, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Front near side wing.
Front near side wing. Now this is metal part again, and I've got to show you this. Beautiful. It's apart from my fingerprints on it, of course, which will polish off. But yeah, beautiful, nice looking near side wing. Yeah, beautiful. Okay.
The wing protector trim.
Wing protector trim. So would this be the
strips?
The strips, yeah. So these are very, very thin strips, which are going on top of the near side wing, and they represent bits of aluminium actually go across the top that are riveted on, and it's like a protector for the top of the wing for when you're working on the engine and such like. So and as you notice, these are like printed. I don't think you call them printed, but they're actually steel, and a very, very thin steel, so they're going to need cutting out with a craft knife. Okay.
Yeah, 2J near side grill.
Near side grill. Now then, is that the one with the hole cut out or the one with the not the hole cut out?
2J.
With the hole cut out like that.
No, that's the other one.
That's the other one. Okay, so 2J's that one then. So near side, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we've got
And then
the
you've got the offside grill.
offside grill. And then screws.
Screws you've got.
Right, let's just get my screw pot. I've already loaded up some oil in one of these end pots because we're working with metal parts. So, okay.
You've got 5 AM screws.
Okay, so the good AM screws, and I've still got a sticker on the AM tray for these. So I'll put these in the AM side. And it might be a good idea to keep the spares as well. So we have 2, 4, 5 in there.
Yeah. CM
CM screws
times 9.
times 9. So I'll just move that sticker over there. We'll have them next to this one. CM screws times 9. Yeah, it looks like there's a 9 there, but I'll take the sticker off. We'll put the sticker on there. Okay.
DM 24.
Wow. Well, these are very, very tiny. These are DM screws. So, and it's difficult to show you how tiny these really are. But if I get the ROUTEMASTER screwdriver, it might give you some idea. And there's what, 20 in the packet, is there?
24.
24 in the packet. Well, yeah, there's obviously an awful lot in there. So they are very, very tiny. And I'm guessing that they're going to be for them strips on top of the wing there. So DM24. Let's have a quick count up, shall we? 22, 23, 24. Yeah, that's right. It's near enough. So DM24. Okay, so that's all the screws and all the parts because that's all empty. So I'll put my screw tray up there so I can reach it easily. And then we're not going to be in any rush to do this because we've got a nice soft surface as well, so that all these parts don't get scratched or anything. And we're just going to take our time and build nice and slow. So what is the first thing to be done?
Step 1. Take the offside headlamp panel 2A and one of the headlamp outer rims. Position the rim in the recess of the outside of the panel. Locate the pegs on the rim in the sockets as indicated. The outer rim is held firmly without any need for further fixing.
Right, okay, so these are the outer rims and they are plastic, and this is metal, and it's got pre-drilled holes, and it's got 3 holes, so I'm presuming you just line the holes up and then press it in here like it says in the instructions. So yeah, and that's gone in rather nicely. Lovely. So that's the outer rim.
Yeah. Take one of the head side lenses and fit it into one of the inner rims, aligning the recess and notch circled. The narrower side of the lens fits into the lipped edge of the inner rim. Keep the outer rim in place from inside. Fit the inner rim into the headlamp socket into the offside headlamp panel 2A.
Right, okay, so this is the lamp lens, and on close inspection you'll see that there are lines on the lamp lens, and they should run horizontal crossways. So, and there is a little notch out on this lamp lens, and oops, no, it doesn't go in there, does it? It went straight through. So I'm working on the lens, and I should be working on the rim. So right, we've got 2 of these, and they've got notches on. Okay, and they should line up with the notches in the inner rim there. So I'm guessing that I've probably got that wrong way around as well. Let's have a look. So there should be 2 notches and a notch. Come on, come on. So let's have a look at that, shall we? That looks like it sits in there nicely. And then we'll put in a light lens in.
Yeah.
Okay, and the light lens in has a notch, and as I said before, they go horizontal. And I think the notch is to that side. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's gone in nicely. Let me just hold it from behind. Yeah, that's gone in nicely. Okay.
Take the offside headlamp reflector and fix it to the headlight socket in the panel using 2 AM screws. The lens and inner lens rim are now held in place.
Okay, can I have a look at that one? Is it that one with them two on? It is, isn't it? Yeah. So it's just a case of lining this up to go over the screw holes that's there, 1 and 2. And then we've got to fix it in place with AM screws. Okay, so we've got our AM screws. And as normal, we're screwing into metal because these are metal screws for AM. So a little bit of oil on the end of them. And in they go nicely. So you must excuse me today, guys, because I'm a bit nervous. And I'm still trying to get over my third COVID jab, and as Christine is as well, because we was affected by the first two, and then we've been affected by the third one as well. So obviously I don't want to burden everybody on that, but yeah, I'd much rather have the side effects of the vaccine than not having the vaccine and then catching COVID. So right, okay, so that's in nicely.
Take the offside grille and fit against the inside of the offside headlamp panel.
Right, okay, now you might have to help me out here because
the hole in the square tab fits over the screw socket on the panel.
Aha. Yeah, so it goes that way around, guys, and it's got like a little keyway that it sits over on that one. And then I suppose you put the washer on top of that,
It
do you?
says use the bush to hold the square tab in place, aligning the notches circled.
Yeah, there's a little cutout on the bush, and there's a little notch in there, and then we put this on there. So okay, so right, and then what screw is it to hold that one in? AM screw. Lovely. Okay, so we're zipping through these screws. AM screw. So my nerves are horrendous today. I will get there. No rush. Okay, so next.
Step 5.
Step 5.
It's more or less repeat.
That's
what you've just done, yeah.
On the near side. Okay.
The near side of the lamp is assembled and attached in a similar way to the offside headlamp.
Okay, so we'll start with the outer rim then.
Yeah.
And we'll put the outer rim on and we line the notches up to the outside. And with them being plastic rims, they're obviously quite fiddly and very fragile as well. So and it's aligning all the notches up and the holes until you get them into such a position where you can press them in. Yeah, we're nearly there, I think. Oh, nice satisfying click. But one of them didn't go in. Oh, it's going in. Yeah, it may want a little bit of adjustment, that one, so I may have to take it out. And we've got the ever faithful file, so just pop the file into the hole and just give it a twizzle, and hopefully the plastic notches will then go in there. Let's have a look and see if we've got it right way around. So all these problems and bits are what I call good issues really, because you need to know that some of these issues won't just slip together nicely. You will have some issues that you will have to work harder at than others. So yeah, I'm still not happy with that pin going in there. So I might take it apart again and just widen that pinhole out just a little. Being careful, of course, to get it out. There we are. So, and it was this one here. So pop your needle file in and twizzle it. And see, let's see if it will go in there now. Okay. There we are. That's a lot better. Okay, so we're now on to the inside of the wing, aren't we? Because we're going to be putting the silver insert in, and of course it goes around on the notches again, and you'll find that there is a hole there, and a hole there, and it goes round them. So just turn it round until it sits nicely into the notches. I do believe that's where it goes. Yeah. Let's have a closer look. Yeah, it does. It goes there. Okay, and then there's the lens. So, and the concave part of the lens needs to go to the outside. So again, you're looking for a single notch, and the headlight lens should be, the line should go horizontal. Come on, it's not gone in the right place. So it's worthwhile spending a little bit on this just to get the notches in the right place, and to get the lines in the headlight the right way around as well. So okay, and then we're on the outer part, are we?
Yeah.
Okay, so I do believe that this will only go one way, fits over the notch and fits into the groove just like that. Okay, which should fit nicely. And I'm guessing it's AM screws?
No, CM.
Oh, CM screws. Okay, so I've got a CM screw. And this is where I'm going to need 3 or 4 hands. Come on. There we go. So it's a bit of oil on it, because again it's an M screw, so it's going into metal. Let's get it sat right. Oh, I don't want to sit right. There we are. See if it'll go in there. It's not going to go in there very easy. So we might need our file again, just to give it a seating position better. Come on. There we are. Pop the file in. Oh, it's not sitting in there very well at all. So something's rather wrong there. Okay, so I'm going to have to take it apart and find out what's wrong with it. So it does seem as though it sits in there pretty well, but it refuses to go into where it wants to go. So, it could just be me that's not holding it right. Maybe I'm not holding my tongue right. So, right, come on, jump in there. No, it's not going to go in there at all. Didn't like me today, didn't they, screw? Nice and gently. Oh, is it going in? I think it may be going in. Yeah, it is now. Yeah, nice satisfying click. Right, okay, so another CM on the bottom. Okay, come on, CM screw. A bit of oil and pop it in there and see if we can screw it in. Yes, it's in. So yeah, a little troublesome lining it up, but once you show it who's master, it soon goes, doesn't it? So there's the lens done on that one.
Right. Finally, fit the near side grill. Again, the fixings are different on this side, fixed in place with one AM screw.
Aha, right, okay, yeah, I understand this, because that goes down there, doesn't it? And fits just in there. An AM screw, did you say? Okay. So again, I've got an AM screw. I think that's the last screw, is it? In that part, I can't see. Oh no, there is a spare one. There we are. So, and come on, let's get you in there. Look. Yeah, very tiny screws, and I shouldn't complain really, because there is a lot more tinier screws than this to come in this issue too. So, yeah, you just forget how small some of the screws were. Okay, it needs a little bit more tightening. There we go. Yeah, a little bit more. Okay. I think I'll try a different screwdriver. Yeah. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Okay, so that's the grill and the light lens in. Okay, next.
Using a craft knife and working on a suitable surface, a cutting mat or kitchen chopping board or similar, remove the first wing protector strip from the fret. Be careful not to bend it. Position the protector strip along the outer edge of the near side front wing so that the holes are aligned and that non-slip side of the trim.
Okay, right. So we have here a craft knife, and we have the parts, and under here we've got a cutting board. So I'll just slide that back. And is it A20 that we need? Because these are actually marked. So on the very edge there, the marked from the right there.
1 to 5.
A20, A23, and A21, I think. Yeah. And then at the bottom here, we've got A33, A23, A24, something like that. So,
these are marked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
okay.
6.
So I would gather then that they would go on in the way that they are in the frame.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we start with the inside of the wing first or the outside of the wing first?
Position the protector strip along the outer edge of the near side front wing.
Okay.
So the holes are aligned.
Yeah. Okay. So the outer side first. So I've got a very sharp craft knife here. And I'm going to try and cut these out of this frame. They are in a metal frame. It's very, very thin metal. So hopefully I won't do any damage. But yeah, they are very, very tight. Now I might even use my sprue cutters if I can find my sprue cutters. Let's see what we can do here for a minute. Has it come out of the frame? No, I think it's going to have to be sprue cutters. So let me just have a look at my sprue cutters and see if I can find them. Luckily, they're not far away. So yeah, let's have another go, shall we? Very, very gentle with this. And get the sprue cutter in there. Snip, snip, snip. Come on. Come on. Sprue cutter. Come on. Yeah, that's one of them. So, and I think they're only in at the front and back, from what I remember. Okay, so that's the first one. So I'm going to leave that under there. I'm going to move that knife, and I'm going to bring back the wing to fit this. So this is the first one, the outer side one, and of course you just follow the contour of the wing. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws that fit in here, and they're them very tiny ones, aren't they? Okay. Yeah, this is where it's going to get a little difficult, especially for me today with having a couple of shakes on. So we'll see what we can do. So these are very, very tiny screws, and this is the small Hachette screwdriver, and I don't know whether you can see there on the end, but there is the screw on the end. It is very tiny. If I bring in my finger, it's very tiny indeed. So the hardest part about this is lining them up on the top of the wing. Once you've lined them up, then it won't be too much of a bad job. But I'm going to be a good, I don't know, 3/4 of an hour or so, 20 minutes or so sorting this out, because we obviously want it to go in nicely. Get some oil on the screw because they are an M screw. I'm going to try and do it without shaking. So no, it's no good. It flicked off the screwdriver. So let's try again. Line your strip up. And I think it's the adage, if it doesn't work first time, just try again. And eventually you'll get the screws to pop in. Eventually, if you're lucky. Oh, it's not going to go. Come on. And we haven't scratched it, don't worry. So, and besides that, guys, if we have, we've actually got some paint to cover it, and I'll tell you all about that later on. Okay, let's try that hole again. And if it doesn't go this time, I'll try it in a different hole. So I'm hoping you guys can see this all right. Oh, it's gone in there lovely. Yeah. Okay, so that's nicely held in it. So right, we'll try and carry on as best we can and get these screws in. So yeah, I was telling you about the paint. If you do happen to scratch your model, what we found was that there is a paint there out on the market via Tamiya, and Tamiya Red X7 will cover your paint scratches. So yeah, that's about the nearest match we've found, the Tamiya Red X7. Yeah, we're going to be full of little bits of information like that as we go along in this build. And I'm also going to say to you that if you wanted, and we've done this on our painted models, but if you wanted, you could actually paint these strips silver to represent aluminium strips, which there would have been in real life. So, and you can do that via a couple of methods. You could possibly get some silver paint, some chassis silver paint, and I think that's a Humbrol colour, but I'm not sure which colour it is off the top of my head. But if I find out what colour it is, I might pop it in the description of this video. So I must also say at this point as well that we're actually experimenting with this video today, as we've never done a pre-recorded video before. So we wanted to see how it went, and seeing if it was any different or any easier than actually doing it live build. And I personally think it'll probably be easier live build, but I was actually looking for a pause button on the computer, and I can't find one. So I think it's just end broadcast actually. So, and then you'll have to restart it again. Anyway, we've got that first strip on, and I'm going to carry on now for a couple of more strips. So I'll cut the next one out. And I gather we just cut these out now in order. Yeah, in order that we use them. Okay. So I've got my sprue cutters, and it is metal, but they do cut nice and easy with sprue cutters. And they're just held in at the end by a little whisper of metal right at the very end. of the frame, and it's difficult to get, I don't know, but yeah, photo etch parts, I believe they call them, don't they, these parts? Yeah, photo etch parts. So yeah, that's okay, jolly good. I'll leave that under there for the time being, and we'll get this second one on. So yeah, this must be the boringest part about it, watching me put screws in here, but I think, as I said before on the first video that we did, I'd like you guys to see it being built in real time more than anything else, and then you get some idea of what's involved. I've nothing really against anybody doing a build and then, you know, saying that we'll put another 30 screws in or whatever, and then speeding the video up. That's great, because obviously it does save an awful lot of time when you're rewatching. And but I do believe in also doing what I'm doing, and that is showing you guys what's necessary to actually get this build nicely done without rushing it or anything. And not everybody's an expert, and we appreciate that. And after all, it is a hobby, and you should get as much enjoyment out of your hobby as what you really can. So I was telling you about these strips as well, wasn't I? So I divulged. So okay, so on these strips you can use one of these chrome pens as well. So we've got a liquid chrome pen by Molitor, I think they call them, Molotow, Molitor, and you can find them on various auction sites, and the famous Amazon one, and others, and Argos and what have you, and Range and Hobbycraft and all them places. Liquid chrome, and you could chrome them up if you wished, or you could use just simple oh my goodness me, I've forgotten what they call them now, them silver pens, Sharpie pens, that's right. Yeah, thank you very much, love, for that. Yeah, Sharpie pens you could use, the silver ones, just to put some silver on these strips. But we're going to try and do this as much stock build as what we can, and a bit later on along the line we will show you a fully modded bus. We will be going on modifications a lot, and throughout the build, and because there is shortly, I do believe there is shortly another ROUTEMASTER that's going to be built on this channel, that's going to be modded. So, and I know there's quite a few people on the Agora site that's looking forward to that. And I ran a competition recently, not a competition, but just a poll recently on a couple of ROUTEMASTER Facebook group sites that were interested in ROUTEMASTERs regarding the modification, whether we should do one or the other. And we got it down to 2 ROUTEMASTERs, and the one that's won the most popular one, I'm hoping that you'll agree, is much needed in the certainly in the enthusiast groups, and I do believe that there is a lot of people that is looking forward to it immensely, but I do believe that it was picked nicely as well for the ease of building, and for the ease of the and for the livery, because it's a striking livery. So, but there'll be more about that later on. And you can see here that as we've cut these out of the frame, we've actually lost a little bit of paint. So we'll be touching them up a bit later on with the Tamiya X7. But for now, we'll have to just muzzle along and get these screws in. I do believe that these are tinier than the screws that we hold the panel work on with. So I do believe that these are the smallest screws that we will be using in this build. And I remember when we first got this ROUTEMASTER, we had our son round and he said, goodness me, he said, them screws are very tiny. And at the time, we did struggle popping them in, I can tell you. And so my wife gave hers to my son. And he said, oh, give it here, I'll soon pop them in. And car blimey, he did as well. So with them being younger hands, I think, and he managed to get them in no problem at all. But we've built a couple since then, so we've gained experience. So I'm not going to fully tighten all these screws in. I'll do that off camera later on. I want to get them all on for now so that you can see what time's involved in popping them on. So, and yeah, I miss the interaction with live videos, and I think Christine does as well, don't you, love? So, because we have some lovely interaction with a lot of people in the YouTube community that really like to interact with us when we're doing live videos. Come on. So as I say, but we are trying out this pre-recorded first and see how we get along with it. But up to now, I can honestly say that we've not edited anything, and you are seeing everything in real time. It's currently 20 to 2 in the afternoon, and oh, what am I doing? I need another strip, don't I? There we are. So yeah, the days are getting shorter now, aren't they? And we're heading towards that festive time of year, and which hopefully will be a better year this year than it's been in previous years with the pandemic and everything. And hopefully everybody will have a good time and we'll make up for the lost last year that we had. And it couldn't have been much worse, really, for a lot of people. But having said that, some people do like the quiet of a Christmas. It's certainly been different for us as a family, because we have a daughter who lives away, and we have a son who lives away, and a daughter-in-law. And so it was certainly very, very quiet for us during last year's Christmas. So yeah, I suppose we're looking forward to a bit more of a family type Christmas this year, I think.
So different last year though, wasn't it? Because we've always had people.
Yeah, we've always had people.
For it just to be the two of us, there was no rush in preparing anything. We'd do it when we wanted to do it. And
that's right. Yeah, I mean, we didn't stop in bed or anything. You know, in the morning we got up, didn't we? And we prepared our dinner. And we had our dinner, but it was just different, wasn't it? It was, and I suppose you know, you've got to look at it that if everybody else was all right during that time, then that's okay. You know, it's once in a while making things different. You appreciate your family a bit more, I think, and friends and what have you when they're not around. And yeah, it makes you look at life a bit differently, shall we say. So right, okay, we're on the last one of this strip, and then we're on the last strip after this screw. And I bet you're all thinking, thank goodness for that. It's getting boring putting all these screws in. So I must apologise for that, but as I say, I wanted to do it in real time. And there's something about this build as well that just sort of chills you out. You know, it makes you all calm and makes you think about other things in life, and I think that's part of the process of a hobby. Really, is that if it chills you and takes you away from the nasty things in life and that we all have to go through now and again. That's a good thing about a hobby, is that it takes you away from realism without much harm involved. So yeah, I'm still shaking a little bit, but we're getting there. So yeah, so another 3 screws to go now, and we're nearly there. And then I think we've got a little bit more to do as well, haven't we? So let's wait until we get these screws in, and then we'll have a look and see what we have to do next. So another 2 screws.
Have you got your main grill down here?
It's in the box behind me, I think. So I didn't realise that we had to put the grill in. Yeah, but yeah, I'll have it out in the other box in a second. So come on, in you go. There we are. So yeah, the lovely people back there in Agora have thankfully sponsored us to do this, and so we're ever so grateful for that. And wow, they have some superb models in their range. They really do. The 1/8 scale cars, wow, they are superb. And then there's a new one to the Parkworks community, a 1/24 scale, and that of course is the New York fire engine. Yeah, wow. And I do believe that's going to be very popular as well. So yeah, 1/24 scale New York fire engine, ladder 9, I believe it is. So yeah, that's new to the scale building, and that's all the strips on top of that wing. Hopefully you can see that all right, and it's not too dark. I don't know why my light's a bit dark. Maybe this computer, don't know. Right, let me just get the bits out of that box. And like everybody should do, I've got all my parts packed away nicely in bubble wrap, and until we want them again. So but there we are. There's the grill that Christine was on about. So I gather now what we're going to do then is
you're going to fit the offside headlamp panel 2A to the radiator grill frame A1, assembled in the previous issue using 4 cm screws.
Okay, so the offside one. So we're going to need that one on its back like that, and that one on its back like that, are we? So this is the offside, of course, and the offside and near side. So the offside basically means that it's this side of the headlamp that's away from the curb. So the curb would be towards this way, and the middle of the road would be towards that way. So this is the offside, and that's what it means. So it's the offside of the curb. Okay. And I gather we put that on there then, do we?
Yeah.
Ooh, look at this. It's coming together. Yeah. And oh, it slots on nicely as well. So
CM screws.
We're going to need CM screws then, and I'm going to need a slightly different screwdriver, I think. Yeah. So CM screws, and they're a little bit bigger. And it's going into metal again, so a bit more of the oil. And then I wish I could stop shaking. There we go. And I'll just start these off so that they are gripping it. Okay. How many? 4 was it?
Yeah.
4 screws. 4 CM screws. Okay, so I'll go back down here now. And you've got to line this little grill up with the hole as well, which might be a bit problematic. But get something pointed and see if you can pop that in the hole and just line things up a little bit. And hopefully you can get your screw to pop in. hopefully. Come on. There we are, nice and gentle. Let's see if it gets going round. Yes, it's going, I'm sure it is. Yeah. Okay, so another one. So that's 2 we've got in. CM screws, and we must be coming near to the end of this issue, because obviously I haven't got many screws left. And I haven't got any parts left, so... Well, I have, I've only got 1 part left, so... So that's the 3rd screw. And now for the 4th one. And this will be the offside that's done. Put the screw in there. Yeah. There we are. All the way in now. See if we can get it to grip nicely. So you might have noticed that I use a screwdriver different to everybody else, and that's that's because I'm a bit more used to controlling the screwdriver a bit better than some. I mean, some go over the top like that. You don't need to.
I do that, don't I?
Yeah, you don't need to give it a lot of pressure, but you do need to make sure that they are tight. But or is it just me that's bragging now because I've got strong hands? Yeah, I used to work on a farm, and don't know where my strength came from really, but yeah, I suppose it's all them years I spent in the field hoeing. Right, so that's the offside. Wow, coming along now.
Right, fit the front near side wing to the radiator grille frame using 2 cm screws. This will also fix the rounded tab of the near side grille in place. Settle. Take care because of the shape of these parts when assembled. Take particular care to avoid putting any strain on them when they're in storage.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll put these on and then I'll explain about that a little bit more in detail. So these are going, this is the near side and it's going on now. So there's 2 locating holes that it goes into. Again, this one I'll want lining up with this screw. So I'll try and get that one in first if I can. And get my screw on my end of my screwdriver. So it's one of them jobs where you need about 6 hands. And problematic screw we've got, so I'll go with me the screwdriver. There we are. Come on, get on the end. There we are. Let's just take it nice and steady. So yeah, I'm a bit. I think I'll go for the top one. And I'll get that in if I can. Oops. No. It may need just a little bit poking with the file, but we'll try it. Nice and gentle. Come on. Some of these holes, of course, will have a little bit of paint in them, and so you may need to unblock them slightly. Is that not going to go in? No, it's not lined up. Let's see if it'll go in now. You don't want to go in that one, does it? It's going. Okay, so let's line this one up then, if we can. So we've got to line this one up. Let's see how far we get with this one, because this one's very difficult. I just want to remember this one from the other builds that we've done, and it's very difficult to get the hole lined up and get the screw in at the same time. So I think I may need to just give it an edge with that. Just get the screw in. It's not going to go, is it? Come on. And you don't want to put too much pressure on this side neither, because obviously it's only holding on by 1 screw now. So you need to support it with your other hand if you can. Oops, oh, it's fell off. It's all right, we haven't broken anything. It's just it was only in half a thread. So I might change my mind on that one now. Then I might take that screw out, and I might see if I can get this bottom one in first. Okay. So, seeing as it's more problematic than the rest are, come on. So, is that thunder outside, or is it? Oh, it's a delivery man. Is he lost? Yeah, maybe not.
Oh, that's the third one that's been down.
Third one that's been down. Yeah. So we've got this time of year you get lots of delivery people, and they're obviously delivering parcels and presents and goodness knows what. So we do get one or two that's, because we're isolated rural, we get one or two that's that gets lost as well. So come on. No, it's proving problematic, is this one. So let's widen the hole a little bit. Let's see what we can get from there. Half my problem is my screw keeps dropping off my screwdriver. I need to remagnetize them, I think. Where would we be without magnetized screwdrivers? We'd be in bother, wouldn't we? Is it going to go in? Well, it's trying hard, isn't it? Oops, no, it's not going to go in. I don't even know where the screw went. It bounced off or somewhere.
It's on your screwdriver.
No, that's the other screwdriver.
Oh.
That's the other screw off the other screwdriver. So.
Well, the other one's in the thing.
Come on, let's have it back on there. Let's see if we can get it back on there again now. I think it's underneath, actually. I think it's somewhere about hanging about. Yeah. So I'm glad I've got some problems, actually, because then you guys can see exactly what you're up against if you do happen to hit one or two problems. But keeps wanting to move out the way, does that one? No, I've not got the screw lined up. Let's try the Hachette screwdriver. So try that one. Come on. Okay, might be better with it being a bit smaller. Doesn't help me shaking neither, because I know that time's a bit limited now. So we've all got things to do in life, like, haven't we? So it just does not want to go in. Come on. Is it going, I wonder? It appears to be. So let's get the other one in as well. Pop that one in to make sure that it's going in. Okay, bigger screwdriver. Okay, this is looking good. Yeah. Okay, so a bit of perseverance, a bit of patience, and it's paid off. And as it says in the instructions, be careful with this side because it's a lot heavier, and it's only on 2 screws, but as you can see, it's in nicely. And apart from my fingerprints, which won't be on it after the stream, that is it. That's stage 2 of pack 1 done, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So my camera's gone a bit fuzzy, so let's bring that back up. And you can see already that it's the iconic front end smiley face of a ROUTEMASTER. Wow, beautiful. So there we go, guys. So that's Stage 2 completed, and hopefully won't be long now before we get on to stage 3 and of pack 1. And this build will soon move along now. And as I say, let's pop him back onto me, and there we go. So yeah, once again, sorry for being in time, but you've got to see it in real time, really, and you know, just take that extra care with it. And I'm so chilled after this build. You know, I'm not biting at the chomp or anything, so I'm so chilled. And yeah, it's all done and dusted. And what you get at the end of this build, today's build anyway, is this lovely front end grille and wing assembly. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. The paintwork is beautiful, and it's quite heavy too. So as it says in the instructions, store it away carefully. You're going to need a box or something to put this in, wrapped in bubble wrap or something, and yeah, store it away carefully until you need it again. Okay, so I'm going to try and end this broadcast in the usual way. I'm going to have our Northern Model Builders and Crafters ending. So thanks for joining me, and watch out for stage 3. And thanks to my lovely wife for reading out the instructions, and take care till next time. So goodbye.